High school sweetheart acting suspicious, married. Sorry if some of the stuff sounds stupid or AI, like I am not of the native tongue of English and I used one of the Google chatbots to fix up the story. All the information is correct and is probably a better read anyway. Just need some advice on how I should go about this weekend. I planned on staying, but maybe I should leave with the kids. Well, act like I'm leaving and set up cameras? EE had cameras, but I took them all out after rearranging the garage years ago. I remember it like it was yesterday, the first time I met Sarah. It was late in my freshman year of high school, and I had just made the varsity baseball team. That was a big deal for me, being the starting second baseman as a freshman. The attention and popularity came with it, but I was laser-focused on the game. Then came the charity game, where our baseball team played against the softball team to raise money for the children's hospital. That's where I first saw Sarah. She was the first baseman for her team, and I couldn't deny she was beautiful. A lot of the guys on my team were talking about her, trying to get her number. But I wasn't interested in that. I was focused on winning the game. During the game, after I hit a single, I ended up on first base where Sarah was playing. I didn't think much of it at the time. I didn't acknowledge her at all, not even after the game or during the pre-game meeting to discuss the rules. Apparently, that caught her attention. She told me later that out of all the guys who tried to talk to her, I was the only one who didn't, and that intrigued her. A few weeks after the game, Sarah asked me to prom. She had gotten tickets from her best friend, who was a junior and didn't want to go. I wasn't the type to turn down a dance, so I said yes. Little did I know, that night would change everything. That night, we lost our virginity to each other, and for the rest of our freshman year and the summer, we were inseparable. We found every possible place to sneak off and be together. Closets in school, secluded spots on campus, anywhere we could be alone. Sarah had a high sex drive, and I was more than happy to keep up with her. Looking back, it was our intense physical connection and the fact that I didn't chase her like the other guys that brought us together. Our relationship was solidified with moments like our first prom, skipping school to be together, eating at different restaurants, and getting each other promise rings that summer. And, of course, the charity game where we first met. But it wasn't always smooth sailing. Sarah was very popular, and a lot of guys would text her. She handled it well, always blocking numbers and reassuring me that she only wanted me. She was open and honest, even giving me her phone's PIN. She hated the idea of cheating, and she made it clear that she was committed to me. This reassurance wasn't really needed, but it was nice to know she felt that way. Throughout high school, we were in many of the same classes, and we excelled academically. We were partners in group projects and participated in activities together. We were inseparable, and everyone saw us as a perfect couple. Sarah came to as many of my baseball games as she could, and I attended a few of her softball games when I could. My dedication to baseball was intense, and she understood that. Our school had a partnership with a local college, offering free tuition to students with a GPA of 3.5 or higher. I had a 4.0 GPA, which meant I had plenty of scholarship opportunities. By the time I entered college, I was making about $1,800 per semester from scholarships. Sarah and I decided to attend the same college, not wanting to be burdened with student loans. We lived comfortably during college, and I proposed to her at our graduation ceremony. It was a big deal, and our friends and family were thrilled. After graduation, I made sure Sarah had the wedding of her dreams. I was already doing well financially, working as a lawyer specializing in insurance cases. I was the sole breadwinner for the first 3 years of our marriage, while Sarah focused on selling items online through her flower store and completing her studies in cosmetics. She enjoyed staying at home and was very appreciative when I renovated our garage into a salon area for her business. Around our 6th year of marriage, we decided to start a family. Our son, Isaiah, was born first, and he changed my world. Just 18 months later, our daughter, Abigail, came along. Life was good. We had financial stability, and Sarah decided she only wanted 2 kids after the exhausting experience of Isaiah's birth. She had her tubes tied, and we settled into our new routine as a family of 4. Fast forward to now, Sarah and I are 35 years old, and our kids are 7 and 5. Recently, I've noticed some changes in Sarah's behavior. She started leaving the kids with friends more often and coming home late. Initially, I assumed she was busy with salon appointments. But there was more to it. Our sex life, which had already slowed down, became almost non-existent. Sarah seemed upset about it, but I planned to make it up to her by spending a weekend together, just the two of us. Then things got worse. Sarah started coming home very late, sometimes with hickeys on her neck. When I asked about them, she said they were from bee stings. I believed her at first. I'm not well versed in gardening or bee behavior. But deep down, I knew something wasn't right. She had always been loyal, and the thought of her cheating never crossed my mind until now. As I pieced together these changes, the late nights, the unexplained hickeys, and her distant behavior, a feeling of unease settled in. I wanted to believe her, but the inconsistencies were becoming too hard to ignore. It was time to take a closer look at what was really happening.